All right, let's talk strategy. Today, we're going to break down an incredible framework from the book Playing to Win. This is all about getting past just wishful thinking and making the real hard choices that actually lead to a winning strategy.
So let me ask you something. Take a hard look at your company's strategy. Is it a real, concrete plan for how you're going to dominate? Or is it kind of just a wish list? Full of those nice-sounding goals like be number one or delight our customers, but without a clear path to make any of it happen? And that, right there, is the exact problem this whole framework is designed to solve. See, real strategy isn't about listing all the cool things you could do. It's about making the tough, deliberate choices about what you will do, and, maybe even more importantly, what you will not do.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's called the 5 Choices Framework. It's a super clear, structured way to walk through the essential questions that every single winning strategy has to answer.
Okay, so here it is. At first glance, it looks like a simple set of 5 questions, but the absolute genius of it is in the flow. The word you gotta remember is cascade. Each choice flows down from the one above it. It's not a checklist where you can just pick and choose. They are all connected, one big integrated system.
So let's start at the very top of that cascade. We're going to look at the first 2 choices, which are really the foundation for everything else. This is about setting your ultimate goal and then deciding exactly where you're going to fight. The very first question you have to nail down is this: what does winning actually look like for us? And you have to be super specific. Saying something like, "We want to be the best," isn't an aspiration. Honestly, it's a bumper sticker.
This is about defining a purpose that becomes your North Star, something that guides every single decision. Take a company like Procter & Gamble. They could have just said, our goal is to be the biggest consumer goods company in the world, but they didn't. Instead, their aspiration is to provide branded products of superior quality and value that improve the lives of the world's consumers. You feel the difference, right? One is about ego, the other is about purpose.
So once you have that North Star, you have to decide on your playing field. And this is huge. You cannot be everywhere, for everyone, all the time. It just doesn't work. Choosing where to play is one of the most important focusing decisions you'll make.
And this demands specifics. We're talking about which geographies you'll compete in and which you'll stay out of. Which product categories? Are you high-end luxury or budget-friendly? Who exactly is your customer? Are you selling to huge companies or directly to teens on TikTok? Every no you say here is just as powerful as every yes because it draws the map of your battlefield.
Okay, now we're moving into the middle of the cascade. This is all about building the engine that's going to power you to victory on that battlefield you just defined. This is all about the how.
This question, folks, is the absolute heart of your strategy. Inside those boundaries you've set, what is your unique recipe for success? What is going to make a customer pick you every single time over all the other options out there?
And how to win really breaks down into 2 parts. First is your value proposition, that's your promise to the customer. The second is your competitive advantage, that's the reason nobody else can easily copy you. Think about IKEA. Their value proposition is stylish, modern furniture that doesn't cost a fortune. But their how to win is a deep, low-cost advantage built from their flat-pack design, their massive global supply chain, and making us build the furniture ourselves. That whole system is incredibly difficult for anyone else to replicate.
A brilliant plan is just a dream if you don't have the muscle to back it up, right? So this next choice is about getting real. What specific things does your organization need to be absolutely amazing at? What activities do you have to perform better than anyone on the planet?
And the key word here is system. This isn't about having one superpower. It's about having a set of activities that all reinforce each other. Think about Apple. It's not just their world-class design. It's not just their intuitive software. It's not just their beautiful stores. It's the seamless, perfect integration of all of those things together that creates an advantage that is almost impossible to touch.
And that brings us to the final choice. This is the foundation that holds the entire structure up. How are you going to support and measure this strategy to make sure it actually sticks and doesn't just become a forgotten PowerPoint deck?
This is where the strategy becomes real. We're talking about the nuts and the bolts, your org chart, your budgets, the metrics you track. Imagine saying your strategy is all about radical innovation, but then you only give bonuses to people for hitting short-term sales goals. Your systems are actively fighting your strategy. It's dead on arrival. Everything has to be built to reinforce the choices you made.
So we've walked through all 5 choices. But listen up, because the most important lesson isn't about any one of these boxes. It's about how they all lock together. Let's look at this cascade one more time. The real power is in the feedback loops. See those arrows? They show how these choices talk to each other. For instance, you might realize your company has a unique capability that could open up a whole new way to win. Or your how-to-win plan might force you to realize, we picked the wrong playing field. It's a living, breathing system. If you change one box, you have to go back and check all the others.
So at the end of the day, let this sink in. Strategy is not a 100-page binder that sits on a shelf. It's not a fluffy mission statement. It is simply the integrated set of answers to these 5 questions. That's it. Simple, powerful. And that brings it all back to you. Because this way of thinking isn't just for Fortune 500 CEOs. You can use this for your team, for your startup, even for a personal project. So the question I'm going to leave you with is this: what choices will you make to play and to win?